Greetings everyone. We are here to discuss the system development and environment. But before we proceed, let me introduce Delgado Maria Gabrielle R, Domoos Emmanuel F, Jalosjos April Rose D, Limbo Jayleanne B, Ramos Joshua M, and Regio Aira Yvette R. And so first, why is it important to use system analysis and design methodologies when building a system? Why not just build a system in whatever way seems to be quick and easy? And what value is provided by using an engineering approach? And next.
System analysis and design is the foundation of any system that you're trying to build. It makes it possible for you to understand concepts and business ideas and apply them to IT procedures. It is the process of gathering and analyzing and determining the issues and the composition of a system into its components. System analysis is done to study a system or its parts in order to determine its objectives. It is a technique for solving problems that make the system better and make sure that all of its components function properly to serve their intended purposes. System design is the process of specifying the components or modules of a new business system or replacing an existing system in order to fulfill the specific requirements. Before proceeding with any plans, it is important to have a complete understanding of the existing system and decide how to make the most effective use of computers. In short, the purpose of system analysis and design is to determine what the system should perform and how to achieve the system's goal. Next.
Next is you can use the engineering process, which consists of several steps to create a solution to any problem. The goal is to arrange information and knowledge to help individuals in charge of overseeing the design, creation, and operation of the system required to carry out the mission. Systems engineering, which is simply the application of system analysis to the design and acquisition of hardware system to achieve specified goals, can be useful management technique when clearly defined and regularly used. Technologies such as computer-aided software engineering or CASE offer software developers automated support. The introduction of CASE tools aims to speed and lower aims to speed up and lower the cost of software development while improving the quality of the system created. The appeal of CAS environments and tools stems from hopes that they will boost output, enhance product quality, simplify maintenance, and make developers' jobs more pleasurable. Next.
Describe your university or college as a system. What is the input, the output, the boundary, the components, their interrelationships, the constraints, the purpose, the interfaces, the environment? Draw a diagram of this system. As per the diagram as presented here, pamantasan ng kabuyaw is composed of many different interdependent and interrelated departments which all focus to provide an optimal learning environment for its students, which are the main input of the university through which it processes students to provide value-laden, globally competitive, and professional leaders and community builders. Uh, the diagram as presented, however, is only an educated inference. It is based on the organizational structure of Batangas State University and as well as other sources of information such as PNC's LinkedIn profiles and other social media platforms. Now, we can see three main inputs: students, which as I have said, are the main inputs of the system. Financial resources, these can be grants, this can be funding provided to enable the maintenance, upkeep, and functioning of the university. And lastly is human resources. Human resources include workers, teachers, professors, administrators, managers. Now, there are two main classifications in the pamantasan ng Kabuyaw system. Firstly is the administrative side, and secondly is the faculty, wherein uh, they are mainly tasked with educating, training, and communicating with the university students, while the administration, however, is more focused on the managerial aspects of the university as a system. Now, uh, after the processing of uh, y- the pamantasan ng Kabuyaw systems and its various much like College of Health and Allied Science, CCE, uh, College of Business and Accountancy and Administration, and many other departments. These are all subsystems which train students in specific ways and uh, produces different various types of professionals. Uh, One of the main outputs is human capital, of course, with the purpose of producing competent professionals. It is therefore one of the main outputs that value laden and community driven professionals are outputted throughout the processing of students. After which are products. These can be grants, these can be uh, patents and other technological or uh, advances, as well as awards. This can be board passing rates, diplomas, and other metrics which are used to measure the success of the university as a system. And lastly, the Pamantasan ng Cabuyao system operates within the region of Laguna and is therefore influenced by its policies regarding higher education.
So for the task of number three, it said that choose a business transaction you undertake regularly, such as using an ATM machine, buying groceries at the supermarket, or buying a ticket for a university's basketball game. So for this transaction, define the data, draw the data flow diagram, and describe processing logic. So um, in this task, we chose the ATM machine for our transaction. So we've provided its process flow or the data flow diagram and its transaction process. So as we all know, the ATM machine are outlets or banking outlets that allow people or the users to complete withdrawal and some other transactions without going into a branch of their bank. So most people know or ATM is famous or being known as uh, for its main purpose to be to dispense cash, while other well Others have a variety of transactions, such as checking their deposits or checking the user's balance and bill payments. So this in this diagram, this shows the process or the transaction of the ATM machine. So in this diagram, the process of the ATM machine starts with a display on the display screen with a dialog saying to insert the user's card or their ATM card. So after inserting their card, uh, the machine will now read the card's details or the card's number. So after the machine has read the card, the if the machine read the card successfully, it will continue to process and let the user enter their identification number slash details, or as we all know, known as their PI number or their PIN number. So otherwise, if the machine doesn't read the card properly, or uh, it doesn't work properly, the machine will display a message that and let the user know that there's an error on the card they're using. Then, after displaying the error, it will eventually end the transaction of their ATM. But if it successfully read by the machine, it will let the user enter their PIN. Then the machine will the machine will eventually ask the user if they are sure about the PIN they are they have input. So if the answer is no, the machine display will show a display or a message to enter their uh, number or PIN number details. So after inputting their PIN number, it will process again. Uh, then the machine will ask the user again if they are sure about the PIN or the details they have input on the machine. If the answer is no, the machine will let the user re-enter their details or their PIN number and go on with their transaction. But if the answer is yes, if uh, the machine will ask the user if they want to enter the transaction after inputting an incorrect uh, verification details. So if the user answered yes, then it will end the transaction automatically. But if they answered no, the machine will let the user enter the PIN number, and if the PIN number has verified successfully, the machine will let the user goes on with their transaction and ask for the the amount of cash they want to withdraw, ask them if they want to print the receipt, and eventually get their dispense money that came out of the cash dispenser. So in this diagram, we only showed the main function of an ATM machine. But there are other functions that can be done in on an ATM machine, such as checking their balance or uh, um, pay their bills through online with their ATM card or ATM through the ATM machine. So that's basically the process of an ATM machine. So let's head on to the next task or the next question, which is the question number 4. So next slide, please.
How might prototyping be used as part of the SDLC? Standard business procedures are used to create software application which is known as the SDLC or Software Development Lifecycle. It is a technique for monitoring and enhancing the development process. It enables a detailed examination of every stage of the procedure. As a result, businesses are able to maximize efficiency at every stage. It is divided into 6 to 8 steps: planning, requirements, design, build, document, test, deploy, and maintain. In order to supply the product in a methodical manner, it is crucial to follow the steps. For instance, when developing software, a team is split up to focus on different aspects of the product, and they are free to work whenever they see the best. One of the programmers chooses to start with the design phase, while the other chooses to start with the coding phase, and the third with the documentation phase. This will result in project failure. Hence, it is essential for team members to have solid knowledge and understanding of each other's role in order to achieve the expected outcome. A rudimentary version of a system is created, tested, and then modified as necessary according to the system development life cycle prototyping model, from which the whole system or product can now be constructed. In prototype-based programming, an original item called the prototype served as the basis for creating new objects. A prototype in hardware design is a hand-built replica of a produced product that allows designers to envision and test the design. For projects where end-user needs are difficult to specify, prototyping speeds up and simplifies the development process for system analysts. Next page, please.
Number 5. Describe the difference in the role of a analyst in the SDLC versus prototyping. The Software Development Lifecycle, or SDLC, is a list of each of the steps required to create a software application. 8 steps involved: planning, requirements, design, build, document, test, deployment, and maintenance. SDLC helps in identifying inefficiencies and areas with higher costs and fixing them. The project is monitored to ensure that it stays on the track and is a viable investment for the company. Research into marketing, technology, and cost benefits can all be categorized under planning. And the person who plays the role of the system analyst must be extremely knowledgeable about the system and act as a leader by giving clear instructions for the system development project. He is a technical expert that meets clients necessary to complete the development task required at each stage. He tries to align the organization objective with the information system objectives. Next, please. For the prototyping, a mock-up of the proposed solution is referred to as a prototype. Building a model of a system is the process of prototyping. Prototypes are employed by system designers to create information systems that are simple for users to understand and modify. The analysis phase of the system development lifecycle includes an iterative process called prototyping. Without hiring a developer, you can create mock-ups of every interaction and view to simulate
how they would seem in a finished application. It's up to you how you want to use a prototype. It may serve a variety of purposes based on your needs. A variety of tools are used to create prototypes, from simple screen design tools to fully integrated design to code tools. And that's the presentation of Group 11. Thank you for listening.